What's up, guys? Now I'm getting closer to being able to do YouTube full-time now, so I am obviously going to make quite a few changes to the channel. I'm going to be uploading a lot more frequently as I get closer and closer to being able to do that. And I want to do what I was doing in the past, and that's cover a wide variety of games. I want to do more like gaming news and give my opinions on stuff. So in this video, there's quite a few topics I want to cover. There's been a lot happening in the news. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So Borderlands 3 has recently been announced, as you all probably know. But today it was announced that it is a Epic Games Store exclusive. Now it is an exclusive for about 6 months, but this has pissed off quite a few PC gamers. Now the Epic Store obviously gives the developers and the publishers more money because, I mean, they see more of a profit, and every company likes more money, so that's why it makes sense for these companies to go to the Epic Store. But Steam is just a way better platform. Like, if you're a PC gamer, everybody loves Steam. Everybody's used to Steam. Steam has been around for a while. There's so many more features that Steam has compared to the Epic Store, and the Epic Store is just buggy, and there's problems with it because it's new. And a lot of people weren't happy. Now, this obviously doesn't affect console players. I primarily play on console. I mean, I have PC. I play some games on PC. But if I get Borderlands, it will probably be on Xbox or PlayStation. So if you are a PC gamer, sucks, I guess, if you aren't a fan of the Epic Store. I mean, I guess the plus side is that it's only for 6 months. Maybe by the time it comes to Steam, it'll be on sale. So I'm interested to see what your guys' opinion is on that down below. And if you're a console player, what do you think of the whole situation? Like, would you go to Epic Games Store to give the developers more support, or would you want to use Steam that has more features? I'm interested to hear your guys' opinion on this. And then next up, we have the Bioware Anthem scandal. Now, Kotaku recently did an article, which I'm sure you guys have heard about by now. It's kind of all over the news, and a lot of channels are covering it. But if you did not know, there was an interview with some Bioware employees, and the reason Anthem didn't do well was just, I mean, it's a mixture of things. One, EA likes to push the Frostware engine on, like, everything. And the Frostware engine was developed by DICE. It's made for first-person shooters. It isn't made for RPGs. Like, it makes games look beautiful. Like, Anthem is a beautiful-looking game. So is, like, Battlefront and Battlefield and all these games that use the Frostbite engine. But it's not made for RPGs. So developers have a hard time making a game based around that engine for a game that's not made for that engine. So developers have a hard time making video games like RPGs based off of an engine made for first-person shooters. It just doesn't work well. It's like trying to take a puzzle piece that doesn't fit and forcing it to fit anyway. So there's been a lot of people stressed out of their minds at BioWare. They're just working hardcore hours. Apparently this game was in development for over 7 years, and it wasn't until the last year they just crammed everything to try to get it out and released. And as much as I hate EA, they're kind of not in the wrong in this spot, because they gave BioWare 7 years to make this game, and when it came like E3 in 2017, they didn't really have anything. And the entire E3 trailer for 2017 was just made up. Like, that was just nothing but a lie. It was just to get something out there for the consumers to see. And they've made so many changes over the years for this game. Like, they got rid of flying, and then they added flying, and then they got rid of flying. So that's why Anthem is in the shape that it's in. And it's just a pretty scummy situation altogether. I'm going to leave the link to the entire article. It's pretty lengthy, but I'll leave that down in the description in case you guys want to research that more. But it sucks that BioWare is not the same that they used to be, because they were amazing with Dragon Ages and the Mass Effects. Mass Effect's one of my favorite game franchises ever. So it sucks that gaming today is just getting something out as fast as possible to make a quick buck. And I mean, yeah, it's affecting all games, sadly. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments as well. And now I want to talk about No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky just had a horrible launch, and they have done a complete 180. Like, they have turned that game around. Most developers, if their game bombs, they just leave it and they move on to the next game. Hello Games, I mean, they promised stuff at launch that they didn't have, and now they're going above and beyond that. Like, if Hello Games released No Man's Sky today with all the stuff that's in it, it would be phenomenal. But the reason I'm talking about them today is that they're adding VR. Now, this is a huge step. Now, VR games, they kind of have a stigma against them. Like, they kind of suck. They kind of limit what you can do, and not everybody has VR. But after seeing some of this stuff and the images and the videos of stuff that you can do, I would consider getting this, because not only are they updating it, you can play VR with people that don't have VR. So if I have a headset, I can just do my own thing with my friends. They've added multiplayer, they've added tons of customization options, and this just looks phenomenal. Like, you can get in the cockpit and you can use the motion controls to move the throttle up and down, and that increases the speed of your ship. You can use the joystick to fly your ship, so the first person controls of the ship just look amazing. Same thing with ground vehicles. Ground vehicles, you're in first person, you can look around the entire vehicle, you can just drive it like it's a car, and then you can obviously shoot and stuff. It just looks great, and that is the comeback story in video games. Like, they could have given up, and they did a complete 180, and they made that game great, and I highly recommend picking it up. I bought it a few months back when they had that update over the summer, and it was pretty fun. It got a little bit stale because my friend stopped playing it, and I mean, I didn't really have much else to do unless I wanted to grind for a while, but they keep updating this game, and I'm really impressed. Like, this is, like, they have my seal of approval. I'm so impressed with that company, and they did a really great job with that game. Now, the final story of the day is around GameStop. Now, recently they announced that they took a $673 million loss this year. Now, that is the largest loss ever in the history of GameStop, and it's just only going to get worse. I mean, you have so many things that affect GameStop sales. Like, everybody's buying digital. There's games of service. There's things like Xbox Game Pass and stuff, and there's live service games. So people aren't trading in their games because the games are getting updated frequently over the span of a few years. So you don't see as many people trading in games. I mean, it's more convenient. There's no more midnight releases because you can just preload it and then just play it at midnight when the game comes out. There's so many things that stop people from going into GameStop. I can't remember the last time I was in GameStop. It was probably when I bought my PlayStation 4. So until they get to the point where you don't even need hard physical consoles and you can just do everything online, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse for GameStop. And I don't give them very much longer, honestly. The days of going in and trading in your games and picking up used games and just buying stuff off the shelves, and I know that they've done a lot of like clothing and just gaming stuff, like there's statues and there's posters and there's all kinds of stuff, which I like. I think that's really cool, because if I want to get like gaming knickknacks or Funko Pops or whatever it is, GameStop has pretty much everything, and it's really cool. But that's not going to be enough to keep them going, so they're probably going to close down a lot of stores from this, which it kind of hurts to see them go, as much as GameStop was pretty shitty with their practices and you wouldn't get much out of your deals. But it's going to suck because there's so many memories I have with GameStop, just midnight releases and just going there with my friends, just going in there to just browse different video games. It was just had a cool atmosphere. So GameStop probably isn't going to be around too much longer. But that's going to do it for everything in this video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I will leave links to the articles down in the description. And yeah, if you guys want to help support the channel and help me to continue to make videos, then consider donating on Patreon or becoming a channel sponsor. You will get your name featured at the top of every video, and you will get things like emotes and badges by your names down in the comments and stuff, and for the live streams. And let me know what you guys think. Do you want to see me cover more games like this in the future? But my goal is to just get away from Battlefront, because there's no longevity with Battlefront. Like, if I'm a Battlefront only channel, there's only so much that can happen. Like, let's say they make a Battlefront 3. Then how long do I have? Like 1 to 2 years more of extending the channel's life? So, I don't know. I gotta do what's best for the channel, and I enjoy other video games. I don't enjoy only covering Battlefront, so I did this sort of thing before. Like, before all the DLC came out for Battlefront, I was doing this kind of stuff, and the views are kind of slow at first, but they start to pick up over time. But this is something that I enjoy doing, so I'm going to obviously have more of this on the channel. When I get to the point that I can do like daily videos and stuff, and I can do it full time, I obviously am still going to cover Battlefront and Star Wars, but I planned on having like 2 to 3 videos a day, and then at night I want to stream on YouTube and then stream on Twitch as well. So there's tons of stuff I have planned for the future of this channel. But let me know what you guys think of everything down in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later.
Will you join me? Accept your fate. I grew impatient.